jumping into another Stephen King project?
I just answered that question. There was initially going into it, I was a little bit reluctant to, because they didn't give me. Everything was very secretive about this project. Everything was kept under wraps, and they just reached out in interest. Just a short description of the character, no description of the show really. Just that it was a multiverse sort of, or Stephen King sort of universe sort of show, and so I was reluctant because I was like, I just did something that within that world, and I don't know how this interferes with the narrative really. And but as soon as they allowed me to read the pilot, that all changed. I fell in love with the show. I thought it was an amazingly strong pilot, and I met Sam and Dusty, the writers, and just loved those guys. And and at that point, I was like, I'm in. I really want to do this. So.
Is it one of those situations where, like you said, it was secretive? Once you get the part, do you get more details about the character and know where he's going, or did they kind of leave you in the dark episode to episode as you're
They tried. They tried a little bit, but they told me, even just in the meeting before I got the role, they told me sort of a little bit about the character, but they didn't tell me where it was going, or they didn't explain the mystery to me. And once I got the job, it was really important for me to know what my character knew in every given point. So I've heard stories on TV shows that you never do this on film, like obviously because you get to read the whole script. And what we're doing is it's a 10-hour film. So to me, I didn't know why you would not tell your actors the whole thing, because that's how you do when you work on stage or film or whatever, anything really. But it's a different thing because writers also write as the show's going on.
Right.
So things change, like they change. So the story actually changes as you're shooting it. So I know, and it's a question for the writers more so, but they see the dailies and what we're doing with the character, and they go, "Oh shit, that's cool." Like maybe, and then that affects the actual things. So it's an organic progress of it's molding itself as you're going along. But like I said, important for me to know what my character knows at every given point, and what the motivations is for any given scene. Because otherwise, otherwise it's like I'm gambling on hitting the right tone if I don't know what tone I'm trying to strive for. So.
What is it about the character that you really latched onto? What was your entry point into figuring out who he was?
It's a weird one because I can't tell you exactly everything because I'd spoiled too much of it. But it's a weird one where it's. There's a lot of sort of different layers to the character, so almost like it's different characters within the character. And they all had different. I had to have different approaches to finding the different layers. But initially going into it, it was really important that he's been in isolation for a very long time. So researching sort of what solitary confinement does to one's psyche, and trying to imagine what it would have been like to been in there for that long, and how strange and terrifying it would be to interact with people again after being there. So there's a version of the character that's like this, but it's not as aesthetically, like the tone of the character had to have sort of a calmness in it, and there's without giving too much away, there's a psychological explanation for why he's calm. But those things were really important to figure out. Sort of, looking someone in the eyes might be really weird and overwhelming, and physical space is just it's almost suffocating. So all of those things were really intriguing and fun to explore.